Hello and welcome back to Football Manager. Update. In the last video I mentioned that we weren't going to be in the Europa Conference League. I was actually right. We're not in the Europa Conference League. Because if I take you to the Premier League table of last season, you'll note we're in the Euro Cup. We're in the Europa League itself. Now, we haven't actually got any qualifiers to play because no English team plays in the Europa League qualifier. Reasons unbeknownst to myself as to why, I don't particularly know. But because Manchester United qualified for the Champions League, not the Europa League, the position was bumped down to us, meaning that the 7 teams that go through, not a single English team will appear in the Europa Conference League this season. Now, of course, that means tougher competition. Oh, wrong button. There we go. So this is what's happened for the transfer window. Brandon Williams has made a permanent move to Leicester for £25 million. That is a big, big deal for us, money-wise. Maris Admonis, he's gone for a free to Karabakh Bukspor. Remy Deschamps has moved for £625,000, which is a £125,000 profit on his transfer to Bordeaux. Kadu, you already know about £1.7 million deal to Olympique Marseille. Kane Lawrence has made a £160,000 move to Ipswich Town. Obviously, loads of loans going out. Connor Eads leaving on a free transfer to Derby. And a rather poor potential youth player who came through the last youth intake has moved on to Leeds for a potential £450,000, but a current £195,000. On the flip side, we have spent £59 million, which is a hell of a lot less than we'd spent last year. We brought in Cengiz Yildirim, a Turkish 18-year-old left winger who is going to be a backup to Glazen. We've got Chai Dodd, obviously, he's a player that is atrocious, but he was a director of football transfer that was put through before I even realised what happened. We've got Yula coming in, a centre-back you already know about. We've also got Yanis Hadji. He's a Romanian right winger who is going to be back up to Nenad Jovanovski because we're not dropping Jovanovski for any real reason other than injury. And he's cost us a fair bit of money, but look at his value at £22.5 million. Not bad. Fair bit of wage, but we can afford it now with Millwall. We've brought in Lorenzo Martin, an 18-year-old French right-back from AS Monaco, who actually finished as runners-up by a single point in Ligue 1 to Paris Saint-Germain, and they were actually leading for the last 2 months before falling on the final day in a draw, which gave Paris Saint-Germain the chance to go top by beating the team currently with Kadu 3-1. But yeah, Lorenzo Martin joining for £3.8 million, 5-star potential. He's currently on a young work permit. We're trying to get him loaned out. I think he's got a bid from America come through, or is it Mainz? Oh, actually, fair few. We've got Brondby, the team that had Marco Biagiotti. We've got Angers SCO in France, Mainz 05 in Germany, and LA Galaxy in America. There were a few more bids come in. There was one from Nashville. There was also one from Spanish. I can't remember which one's Spanish. It might have been Guillaume, but they didn't pay his wages, so he said no to the deal. And we've obviously, you know about Estevez and Túnez, who's come in. He's already on loan at Caen, as you can see over here. We've also brought in a new goalkeeper to replace, obviously, Remy Deschamps. Lucas, no chance pronunciation of the last name, from Real Madrid, I believe, on a free transfer. He is literally just going to be a backup in case Turgeman gets injured. Simple as that. And we've also brought in Dermy Lusala on loan from Tottenham for the season for 2 reasons. One, Kadu is gone, so we only have 2 right-backs of the team. And the second reason is one of those right-backs is injured. Kelvin is out for another 9 weeks, which is rather, how should I put it, unhelpful. So the team that I've chosen for today's game isn't actually going to be the team I've chosen for today's game, because Iban Neto is not playing today's game, because the simple point of the matter is he is not fit enough to play this game, so he'll be on the bench today. Actually, no, he won't be on the bench. We'll put Johnson on the bench for him. We've got Turgeman in goal, Erdogan at right back, Sahajovic as left back, Tuanzebe and Yulla in centre-back. We've got Doyle and Thompson as the original centre-midfield partnership back together again. Jovanovski is playing on right wing with Glazen on the left and Roberto Lopez in the middle, sitting behind Alvaro, who is actually, for the first time in his career at Millwall, going to start the season for us. On the bench, we've got Barry, Eduardo, Salah-Eddin, the new Loni Lusala, Singiz Yildirim, Janice Johnson, and ENS Hadji. Unfortunately for Matthew Clark, who did get a bit uppity when we signed Yulla on the not free transfer, but for his transfer, he demanded that we play him, so we've put him out of the team entirely as punishment. Other than that, nothing big news-wise. We're not doing poorly when it comes to finances. We're supposed to get £95 million from TV revenue, so that's overall balance. It's going to be fine. It's going to go away. I don't plan on making many more signings this season unless something drastic happens. But as you can see with Millwall, apart from this point here, every single time a season ends, there is a huge amount of money come out of the club. As you can see, up, but then down here. I was almost £100 million of debt. And then here, 67 down straight to 63 million in debt. This is a big problem for this club and we need to have more income. We could make a request to expand the stadium, but with the amount of money in the club at the minute, it would automatically be turned down. So we're not doing it. We've got our game against Brighton today and we are the final two teams to play their matches. We have not at the moment beaten Brighton in this save file. So let's change that. Demi Lusar gets a round number 25, fair enough. And we'll play our game against Brighton on the back of a 2-0 win. On the back of a 3-0 win over the Metropolitan Police and a 2-0 win over Real Madrid. Yeah, it surprised me too. The entire point of putting the Met Police game in after the Real Madrid game is because I was expecting to lose to Real Madrid, and the Met Police game would put morale back up. We're going to passionately say we owe Brighton after what happened in the last game, and we're going to play this game. Just so you're aware, we haven't actually drawn the Euro Cup group stage yet. What's going to happen is we've played the 2 games at the start of this season, then we'll go to a small break to the actual drawing of the competition, and that will be a separate video to come out on Wednesday if I'm not mistaken. This video should come out on Monday. Then obviously Tuesday's video will be the next game of the season. Then we'll have Wednesday as a standalone group draw, which should be every single team being drawn for the Europa League groups. Then Thursday and Friday will be the next 2 games. Then, going through all that sort of thing. I think actually Thursday's video will be the first group stage game for the Europa League. Anyway, Doyle with a corner kick swings it in. Glazen's header just going over the bar. I think that's made contact with the crossbar going over. McCrory now for Brighton plays it short to Pulgar. Pulgar forward to Bernardo. Bernardo holding the ball up and plays it out to the left wing for Nelson. Nelson runs the ball forward, misses a tackle from Jovanovski and shoots it straight at Turgeman, which is good news for us. Obviously, seeing as this is the last Premier League game to be played in the opening weekend, we will know where we'll finish regardless of what happens in this result when the result happens. Thompson, though, runs the ball forward and with a miraculous effort, for the first time I think in his entire career at Millwall, scores the very first goal of a season for the team. With a very good worked effort from halfway, running the entire length of their half to just slot it slightly to the side of McCrory, and we could be about to break the 5, I think, year now curse we've had with Brighton, where we have not managed to beat them. We will change this. Millwall are an up-and-coming side, and I definitely think we are a side that's going to challenge the top 6 soon. Not going to give a definite date, but soon. The ball's crossed in by Brighton, though, and a very good tackle from Tuanzebe, it says at the bottom there. That's a very good tackle from him. Now, speaking of Tuanzebe, he's actually wanted by Liverpool currently, so I have to keep a tight grip on him. Brighton, though, with a poor shot, gets it round the post, giving us an opportunity to now pull off a counter-attack, but there's no highlight, obviously, so didn't happen. And at half time, it still remains 1-0 Millwall. Now, we're going to make 2 changes to the team at this point in time, and they're going to be Roberto Lopez coming off for Enes Hadji as the advanced playmaker. That's the entire point we signed him for the centre attacking midfield role. And Glazen's coming off for Cengiz Yildirim as an inverted winger on support, not on attack, because it doesn't seem to work very well. Other than that, we're going to leave the team as it is. The next likely change will probably be either Jovanovski because of his condition, or Alvaro if he doesn't improve. But I will go to the team talk and say that I am happy with the team, but they're capable of more. And we're giving 2 debuts to new players coming up from the bench today with Hadji and Yildirim, obviously. And Brighton get the first highlight of the second half, thrown from Bernardo, tackled again by Thompson. He's doing an incredible game today. Willick passes it to Duda, but tackled by Hadji rather unenthusiastically. And McAllister plays out to the left wing, finding Cottrell. Cottrell shoots, but it is saved by Turgeman. Then Bernardo picks it up, swings it back in by Anil Erdogan, heads it clear. Jovanovski is now clear with the ball on the right wing, getting straight past the Brighton midfielders. Ends up holding it back, but passes it straight to McAllister for Brighton. And it appears that Petkovic has been fouled by Tuanzebe, but thankfully no card is given. And at the moment it does appear that Alvaro is the, I hasten to say, not worst player on the team, but he is not playing well, to put it that way. He's also picked up a yellow card, which means he's likely to get himself sent off if he continues to have a poor game. McAllister plays the ball to Petkovic. Petkovic forward to Nelson. Nelson swings a shot, but it is over the bar. And we are holding on just about. I will demand more from the team because they know they're better. Erdogan with a throw gets it straight into the box, headed down by Tuanzebe, and Doyle, I assume, attempted a shot, but it was blocked by Brighton. And then a cross from Erdogan falls to Yildirim, and the 2 Turks managed to work perfectly together to give Cengiz his first goal for Millwall. And I do definitely think, I said this last season, I said it this season as well, this is a much improved Millwall side. McCrory could easily have done a lot better there, but Cengiz pounced on the effort and he's scored. We're going to leave it to the 70th minute before we make any change, but it is likely to be Alvaro coming off, unless there's an injury between now and then, of course. Alvaro picks up a loose ball, gets it, I'm assuming trying to get it round the defenders, but is being kept onto pace with Pulgar, but does get round him and plays it back looking for Doyle, and Tommy Doyle makes it 3-0 to Millwall. Alvaro picking up an assist in this move, just proving that he is not a bad player by any stretch. And in fact, we will need to bring off Jovanovski, and he will come off probably for Dennis Johnson. And we're going to pause here, and we're going to bring off... Actually, do we have the attacking midfield? We don't have the attacking midfield on the bench. So we're going to bring off Jovanovski for Dennis Johnson and have him as an inverted winger on support, just like Yildirim. And we're going to go on from here. So far, Hadji isn't having a good game, but he's only just come on from half-time. He will improve as the season goes on. And I will praise the team once again. A 3-0 win where we haven't really dominated anything in this game. Just proves that we are a very clinical side now. Brighton, though, with a free kick, gets it into the box, but it is headed away by the Millwall defence, only for it to fall back into the path of a Brighton attacker. But the defence is working very, very well. Brighton, though, with Petkovic, tries a cross, but it's blocked by Erdogan. Abram now with the ball, plays it back to Petkovic, gets the cross in finally, and Patrick Roberts does pick up a probable only consolation goal for Brighton. But this result would leave us in second place, which is rather nice, of course. It was a very well struck effort from Patrick Roberts, the former Celtic man, I believe, who I had probably actually tried signing before, if I remember correctly. But yeah, nothing really to worry about. A single goal isn't going to end a match for us. And we do win 3-1. And as you can see, a couple of debuts. Yildirim's first goal of the season. Not first goal of the season, first goal in his career for Millwall. He's done very well for himself in this game, as have the rest of the team. I think they deserve a fair bit of praise for that. I'm happy with the result and how they played, because they deserved every single bit of that result. Even Alvaro didn't start the game very well, 6.6 at half time. Got an assist in the end, giving Doyle his first of the season. And we are doing well. I mean, nothing else you can say, we're doing well. Oh, actually, no, I tell a lie, we are not the final games to play. Arsenal and Wolves need to play one another, which is, I mean, I'm giving that to Arsenal, the runners-up from the previous Premier League season. So Singh scored in his debut, very well done from him. Thompson did very well in this game, and I am very, very happy with him. But, as I mentioned, the next game is going to be the, obviously, second video this week. It's against Chelsea. We don't have a lot of luck against Chelsea, as you can see. So we'll play Chelsea, and on the 29th of August, the day before we play Tottenham, we'll do the Europa League draw as a separate video. Then we'll play the first Europa League game as the video for Thursday, and then a league game after it on Friday. So until we play Chelsea, I bid thee adieu.